Okay, we are recording again. This is the second part of today's lesson and is merely a review on some of the concepts that we learned. So we talked about volume and surface area. So let's say we have a cube. And let's say that this cube has a base of 2. From this and this alone, knowing that this is a cube, I want you to find the volume and surface area of the cube. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So how are we going to start? Which one do you want to do first?
Sir, can you please?
I'll start with Mr. Deo-chan. What do you need?
Sir, can you please repeat the question? You're breaking up for me a little.
I see. So we have a cube and we know that its base is 2. We want to find the volume and the surface area from this information alone. So which one do you want to start off with, surface area or volume?
The surface area. Surface area.
Okay, so how are you going to do it?
Excuse me, sir, I just want to ask, what the base on one side is 2, right?
Yes.
Okay. First, you find the area of one surface, that is length times length, which is 2 times 2.
Which is?
4 square.
Just 4.
Just 4.
If we said it was 2 meters, then we would say that it is 4 meters squared. I'm not sure if that's what you were thinking. Okay, so we have the area of one side. What do we do next?
You multiply the surface area of one side by 6.
Okay, so surface area.
As the sheet has 6 sides.
Very good. Equals 6 times area, which equals what?
24.
Okay, so that means our surface area will be 24 meters squared. Easy enough. Mr. Nathan, now we need to find volume. How would we find volume?
Sir, we times 4. Wait, I can't see very well, sir.
That's fine, Mr. Nathan. This is a
Sir, 4 times 4 times 4.
okay. So you're saying 4 cubed. Now, Mr. Nathan, what got you to think this? Mr. Nathan, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what made you think 4 squared and 4 cubed?
Because the total surface area is 4. So to find volume, you will have to do length times width times height. So since we already found it, we just find the volume by just multiplying 4 by itself 3 times.
Okay, so volume is base times width times height. And if we multiply those 3 together, we will get the volume of the cube. And we know that the cube will have the same for base and depth and height. Now, if we look at our what we did, we found 4, in this case, meters squared, by multiplying 2 times 2. And that was in order to find the area of one side. Now the area is made up of, in this case, base squared, or base times depth. So that's how we got 4. But 4 is, in this case, area, not exactly base or depth or height. What we do have is that we know that a base is 2 meters. So this is what we're working with here. So we're not using the area to find the volume. We want to use the base of 2 in this instance. So we want to substitute 2 in for base and depth and height, because we know that because there's a cube, all the sides are the same. So it will, instead of being 4 cubed, it will be 2 cubed. In regards to the idea that you were having, we found area by multiplying base and depth, or base squared. Because the volume is base cubed, what we could have done instead of cubing 4, we could have multiplied 4 by 2 to get our answer. And that would have been the same as cubing 2, which equals 8 for both parts. 8 meters squared. So multiply it by 2. We got 8 meters squared. So that is what we're trying, 8 meters cubed. So that is what we were trying to do. And that is how we find volume. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. So this is the last thing that we have to do. So let's say we have a spherical marble. So this is our marble. All we want to do is find the volume of it. What we do know about the sphere is that we can measure it with a ruler, and we find that this sphere is 4 centimeters tall, or I'll say 6. 6 centimeters tall. So from this alone, we want to find our volume. So do either of you have any idea?
No, sir.
Do either of you have notes? On what the volume of a sphere is?
Sir, can you repeat that?
Do either of you have notes that say what the volume of a sphere is?
No, sorry, forgot to wrote it down because my book is full. So
Okay,
I don't have space.
okay. Mr. Deo-chan, did you happen to write it down in your notes?
No, sir.
Okay. So, if we remember, volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. Mr. Deo-chan, what is r?
Radius, sir.
So r is radius. Can you describe to us what radius means?
It's a line that starts from the middle and ends at the circumference of the sphere.
Very good. So if we look at our sphere from the front side, the radius is from the center to the circumference. That is r. Do we know how we can find r from the information that we have? We know that if we measure the sphere from top down, it is 6 centimeters. Mr. Nathan, if we looked at the sphere from the front like this, so this was our circle that shows what the sphere looks like from the front, could we say that our measurement would look like this? Would you say this is true or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
So this is what our measurement would look like. If we look at the sphere from this way, so that we looked at it as a circle, and we said that the top and down measurement of 6 centimeters describes the circle like this, Mr. Deo-chan, could we find the radius from this?
Sorry, sir, I don't know how to.
Okay, we said the radius was from the center of the circle to the circumference, as we wrote it here. And we know from our measurement of 6 centimeters that the top of the circle to the bottom of the circle is 6 centimeters. So if you remember, if you draw a line through the center from the top to the bottom, this is called a diameter. And what we have here in our measurement is that we measured the diameter in this instance to be 6 centimeters. So to find the radius, we said that radius is from the center to the outside of the circle, which is half of the diameter. So we can take 6 centimeters and have it to find our radius of 3 centimeters, which is equal to the radius. And because we have our radius now, 3 centimeters, we just plug it into this equation and we can find our answer 4/3 pi 3 cubed, which comes out to 24 pi centimeters cubed. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir, it makes sense now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we can end off right here. Are there any questions on what we did today?
No, sir.
Okay, so
No, sir.
okay. So I would encourage you to watch the video of the class because earlier we went over additional concepts from this that you should take notes on and take more notes on what we talked about before regarding the volume of a sphere.